Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Romer Cafe with your host Isabella.
And Emmy.
And today we will be talking about This is My Roman
Oh, I was
Empire.
like, why are you sighing?
This is my Roman Empire. It is Star Wars. It is the week of National Star Wars Day, which is May 4th. So we said, why not talk about a iconic franchise to say the least. It is, oh god, it hurts my brain. It hurts my
Why?
brain. It's really good. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care if everyone's saying that it's superficial. It's popular for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a reason why so many people. There's a whole convention for it. For God's sake. So before we get into it, who are we roaming with this week?
You go first, because I'm not really like obsessed on one thing. So
Yeah, Dua Lipa.
oh yeah, we're anticipating her. Like we're waiting for her album. It's this Friday, right?
This Friday, May 3rd.
Also, May 3rd is when they're re-releasing Phantom Menace.
Phantom
No,
Menace.
it's its 25th
Yeah.
anniversary. Yeah, and we're supposed to go watch it.
We'll
Hopefully,
see.
I do want to go watch it though.
With like an early screening of it because
But is it out all weekend or just Friday?
just for as of now,
Oh,
I only
just
done.
Friday?
Wait, I could check.
I really want to
Okay.
see it in theaters again. Like, not again. I wasn't born again. Yeah, wasn't born when it first came out, so it'd be interesting to see it. But they're also doing the other ones, right?
Okay, as of now, they've promoted it once, and I haven't heard anything. It's not even on the Regal app.
Phantom Menace.
All
No?
the
Poster.
movies, the movies.
The movies.
How okay? There's like rumors or like it's said that all the movies are releasing May 4th, and we can go watch every single one of them in theaters. It's like a 24-hour type thing. I don't know how it works. Whatever. But it hasn't been marketed, so I don't know if it's an actual thing. As of now, the only movie that has been promoted is Phantom Menace.
I want to see it though. I really want to see Revenge of the Sith in theaters because I also wasn't.
That was last
old
year.
enough.
I think it was last year, 2 years ago.
When did that movie come out?
It's 2005.
Oh,
That was 5. Oh my god.
it probably is 2005.
Wait,
but I was literally 3 years old.
Oh no, it's all weekend.
Okay,
It's all
we
weekend.
can also go Saturday. No, yeah, but definitely we want to go see Phantom Menace in theaters.
Gosh,
it's an experience. We weren't alive or
we were
born
not
yet
alive
when it was first released.
I'm gonna look up Revenge.
So it's super fun to get to see these movies that you grew to love and watch them in theater. I love that movie theaters are re-releasing movies all the time now.
You know what's funny? It's always been a thing, but it's been movies that are like from the 70s, 60s, and 70s, like movies that never.
Yeah, but now Anniversary is like 20 years old. 10, like The Mummy, they just re-released it in City. They were premiering it everywhere, but in City Walk, like at Universal, they were, it was everywhere. Like, oh, re-release of The Mummy, and it actually got. It's so funny. It's just for like movie makers to make more money off of.
No, but I think it's a great thing, but then also to have. Oh yeah, I never saw that movie. Let me go experience it in theaters. It's like I think it's a great experience.
We did it for Nightmare Before Christmas.
We did. I think there's so many movies, just like we saw Challengers, you have to watch in theaters. Like you cannot. It's not the same watching it at home. I'm so sorry.
Challengers in theaters was a lot. We were talking about that in our film design class today. I was telling them my take because some other girl saw it. And I was telling them how the soundtrack or the sound design was great, but the soundtrack. Like, why was it so loud? And then there's dialogue, and I can't hear them. But we already did a whole review on Challengers.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. It's on TikTok if y'all want to see it. But yes, it is 2005 when Revenge of the Sith came out. So next May, y'all are gonna hate us. You're gonna hate us.
Next May, next year.
Next May, exactly next May.
The whole year.
I'm gonna make myself be here. I'm sorry. I gotta see this and oh my god.
Well, yeah, I want to see it too.
Oh god, I can't.
That's my favorite one, I think.
I need to rewatch all of them to really. I feel like every year it changes for me.
I rewatch them once a year, so I feel like I have it pretty fresh.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those people where my favorite things ever I rewatch very very little. Like I can't. I don't know why. It's like I gatekeep it for myself.
Oh, I rewatched them in December. To me, they're like not Christmas movies, but I have a lot of downtime in December because of everything, so I rewatched them in December.
Like there's like Attack on Titan. I never saw the season finale. Like I refuse to finish that show.
Never seen it.
Oh my god, that show hurts my brain. That to any of y'all that like Easter eggs or like how do you say it? Like with Star Wars, a lot of like dialogue stuff like. is foreshadowing. There's a lot of foreshadowing or a lot of things that were talked about in the past, like a lot of references, like throughout the franchise and stuff. Attack on Titan is awesome. Like it Easter egg stuff when you least expect it. And oh my god, no, that's so. Man, I need to finish it. That's my summer homework. I'll force myself to finish that show. But anyway, with that being said, let's get into the juice.
Oh, so I'm not roaming with anyone? No, just kidding.
I mean, that is the juice.
What?
Who are you roaming with?
What juice?
What? Who are you roaming with? Yeah.
No, not really anybody, honestly.
Well,
Except for
I'm just
binging.
You're just lingering.
No, I'm just binging Bob's Burgers. I'm back in my Bob's Burgers. What? Bob's Burgers is good.
I'm not saying nothing.
She's never seen Bob's Burgers.
I haven't, and what about it?
It's so good. It's so fun to just put on and watch, and it's stupid.
I do catch myself. I'm not a animation comedic viewer. Like I don't
adult animation.
No, just like really.
You watch any animation?
No,
anime.
I watch anime, but it's fantastical. Like it's not comedy.
Yeah,
like
so
it has a more serious
comedic,
tone.
Yeah, comedic adult animation. Well, yeah, I don't really like Family Guy and all those shows, but I love Bob's Burgers. There's other shows that I do like, but I just can't think of them right now.
That's okay.
Bob's Burgers, watch it if you haven't. It's so funny. Tina's my spirit animal.
Wait, where can you watch it? Not sponsored.
On Hulu.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
It's been on Hulu for so long. But it might be on Disney now that Hulu owns. Doesn't Disney own Fox and Hulu and all that?
ABC,
yeah, because it's a Fox show, so maybe it's on there.
Yeah, it is.
Without ads. Because why does Hulu have 3 ads in a 20-minute episode?
Bro, you know what's ad crazy? The Bachelor.
But let's get into Star Wars.
So when can you really recall you got introduced to it, or like probably one of like the first memories maybe?
The person who introduced me to Star Wars was my dad. Mm-hmm. I really liked the fantastical that came with it. I'd never seen sabers and I think I was actually scared of the Phantom Menace when I first watched it.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because of that man. Well, you guys can't see him, but the CDs here, literally one of the CDs, it's Darth Maul, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was so scary to me.
He is, period.
But I watched him I first got introduced to him when I was 6. But I just remember really, really attaching to the characters and like the heroism and everything, because I was too young to understand really the plot.
Yeah, honestly, for kids to say that they like it, and I'm like, y'all just like it's so like flashy. It's everything about it's colorful, flashy. Like it catches children's attentions. But the actual like looking back as a kid, like I did not comprehend anything.
No, I mean plot wise, I didn't pick anything up except for Luke hero, Darth Vader bad.
Yeah.
Weird old shriveled guy bad, Palpatine. And Luke must win. Wait, Luke, Leia sisters or sisters? Siblings.
I mean,
they're siblings.
He serves.
Like you pick up the small things as a kid, but I didn't pick it up till I was in my teens and rewatched them, and I was like, oh wow, this is like such a great story. And then obviously I got to experience more the sequel journey because I was older. Force Awakens came out in 2015, 16, around that time. So I went to see that in theaters, like as a first time viewer. And I did like Force Awakens, a lot of the fandom controversial, but I liked Force Awakens. So, but yeah, I feel like my first time I was young and I just liked the fantastical and the characters. So when did you?
I'm going to be so real with you. I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
It makes me
not an age, but like you were young.
No, genuinely, I do not recall ever sitting down and being like, let me watch this.
So you got introduced when you're older?
This is so weird to describe, but I've always felt like I've always seen them. I've always watched them.
They're always on TV, I swear. Like I said in December, they were just doing a marathon of Star Wars on TV.
But I know I wasn't a TV watcher like that. Like, girl, when I discovered the internet at 8, biggest mistake of my life. Like, I was addicted to that thing. But it's the thing where my earliest recollection of actually being conscious enough to be like, okay, I'm watching Star Wars was, man, I would say maybe 4th grade. That's when I was like, oh, Star Wars exists. And then I watched the movies like here and there, and I would say around 5th grade, I went on a trip and I downloaded the six. There was no sequels. There was no nothing. The first 6 months, and when I tell you I rewatched them, I rewatched them in chronological order at least 20,000 times in that one trip, like from start to finish. Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi. Boom, finish. Okay, start again. So, no skipping, no nothing.
Really?
It was weird.
It's a lot to digest.
Yeah.
That's why I can only really watch them once or twice a year. Like the full. I mean, now that there's way more movies, and I don't know if you watch them like that, but like including Rogue One and including Solo.
I remember watching it. I remember watching Rogue One in theaters and getting them be like.
I think I was too young, but now that I watch it, I really like it. Like it's really essential to the story, and I love where it ends, and then when you watch A New Hope, how it picks up. It's just so, I think it's really good. But when I watched it, I was young. I watched it for, like, me and my family do Christmas. For Christmas, we go to the movie theater, so we always pick a good movie that comes out during Christmas, and that year was Rogue One. So I watched Rogue One, and I was like, what the heck? It's too little to understand. I was like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't analyze it that well, because I was still analyzing the original movie, so. Yeah. But no, I think it's a good movie. I think all the movies are good until we get to the sequels. So,
Yeah. We'll get into that. But yeah, honestly, I could not. It makes me so sad that I'm not conscious to remember the first time I watched it. Because man, if I could remember it and I may be able to describe the feeling, but for some reason, only with this franchise, I've always been so connected to it, and I've always been drawn to it. But I will say, I never showcased my affection for it until COVID. Like publicly, like on my social media, to my friends, only my intimate family members know I liked it. Like I was so embarrassed because the people I was growing up with and the friends I had in school, like they just
so dumb.
It was so not girly. Like it was so like not
be serious.
Girl,
I know, but like be serious. Like the people. It's dumb.
And it's that's the funniest thing, because now the irony of it all is like post COVID, now people want to get into these franchises because they're like, oh wait, anime is cool. Oh wait, Star Wars is cool.
They binged it during COVID
because they got nothing else to do. And then like, wait, I was missing out. It's like so then all the people you bullied or you made fun of, it's like, oh, so now you want to be like them.
I had the opposite.
Oh really? Yeah, no, not me.
I could really not give a fuck about what people said about what I liked, because I've always been open about what I like. So Star Wars, like I got these as a gift actually. I got all these when I was 12 years old for Christmas. My uncle gave them to me. And I remember I was like posting them. I took if my old Instagram was still alive, I literally have a picture with this. Like, oh my god, guys, look what I got for Christmas. Like I never really cared what people thought, like especially boys. I mean, I guess maybe I wasn't as boy crazy when I was younger like that. Like I didn't for the male gaze or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think it was weird to like them. I don't think it's not girly. I think a lot of girls like stuff like Star Wars. But I also was a really big Lord of the Rings fan. So I was already into that. Like I liked the fantastical type of movie. So The Hobbit, when The Hobbit came out, it was amazing. Like I always liked those types of movies. So I never felt some type of way about having to hide it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the different high schools. But
no, not high school. This was elementary, middle school, and high school. It was just the people that I surrounded myself with. It was, I don't even know how to.
You would think the boys would like to talk about that too, and like other girls finding out, like, oh, she likes this too,
Yeah, I don't
understood that.
All right, so if you're watching this, most likely you have some sort of knowledge of what Star Wars is, to an extent.
Hopefully,
to an extent. There are some YouTubers I watch, and they like weirdly are proud that they've never seen the movies.
I mean, a lot of our friends have never seen the movies. Issa has never seen the movie. Yeah. Another Issa. She's never seen the movies, and her boyfriend made her watch them for the first time, and she loved them. So I don't think it's like people don't look for, like, maybe they just don't think it's their vibe, or they've tried and they're like, it's boring. But like once they really get pushed and give it a chance, like Issa loves them now.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing. I always say, if something is mainstream, it is popular for a reason. Whether people want to deny it or not, if an artist, a franchise, a water bottle, like the Wallows or whatever, it's like they're popular for a reason. It's not like, oh, you want to be just like everyone else. It's like,
well, there's a little bit of that.
Like I was at 1% of it, but it's like it's the curiosity of like, why is it popular? And then you indulge in that. You're like, wait, I understand.
With media, that is true. With media, it's true.
It's like
with other types of trends, like I'd say clothes and other types of trends, maybe it's more like, everyone's doing it. But like with media, I definitely think it's like it's popular for a reason.
Yeah.
A lot of people, are fans of it for a reason. So I agree with that. Yeah. And Star Wars is one of those things that it's been built off for so many years that there's just so much to like grasp onto that I understand it's a lot for somebody who's going like, oh, let me get into Star Wars. It's so much to like get into the first time.
But I think it is a franchise that the surface level of it is just the movies. Like, I think the universe itself provides so much information that you can just watch the movies and that's it. But there's so much content now that if you want to expand your interest or want to indulge in more Star Wars stuff, there's more to it.
Yeah, Disney's pumping it out, so is it good content?
We'll see. I mean, it's whatever at this point.
Well, so far, what do you like from the stuff you've gotten? I've really, honestly, I connect more with the movies, and like I haven't really been into the Star Wars universe since like probably COVID, when Disney started doing all the spin-offs. The last spin-off I fully watched was The Mandalorian. I didn't even finish Obi-Wan. I didn't watch Ahsoka, so like I do want to watch them at some point, but I do not have Disney Plus currently, so. But I don't know, like you are more into it, like you're more up to date with it, so like do you think that they've done well with the shows that they've come out with? Or
I mean, I think honestly, if you were to compare it to a franchise like Marvel, I think Star Wars in a way it's still very cohesive, and the universe is not as expansive like Marvel, where they have,
but it can be.
It can be if you choose to consume the video games and the expanded universe,
that's a lot.
As well as books. Like, yes, there's more to it, but in terms of like accessible media that are just the movies and shows, I think they're doing a decent job. Like, it's still in a way sort of digestible, where each of these shows can sort of stand on their own, but I really do think they can't, because
I think there's a lot of backstory and lore that you need to know if you're gonna watch a show like Ahsoka. Or if you're gonna watch a show like Obi-Wan. I
think looking back now, I need to rewatch them, but looking back now, they introduced the character where if you want to learn more about the character, there's media for it, but you don't need to. If that makes sense.
I mean, I guess I haven't watched Ahsoka, so I can't say, but for Obi-Wan at least, you go into it kind of knowing who Obi-Wan is. So it's not a show you can go into having not seen anything else. Like, for example, like House of Dragon. You could go into House of Dragon and not have ever seen Game of Thrones, and you can attach to that world and that character, and hey, like, there's more here if you want to watch.
Oh, that's a great point.
Whereas, like, I think that's why Mandalorian was so popular, is because you could actually, you can really watch Mandalorian without having known nothing, like, anything about the Star Wars universe. So I think that's why it did so well and it's so popular. But as the deeper they get, the more specific they get with characters, it is harder for the general audiences that, not the crazy Star Wars fans to get into. So I think that's true of everything, though. But I'm just saying specifically Star Wars, and then same with Marvel. I think Marvel can stay general, but to a certain point, it's going to be too specific for the general viewer. So.
Yes. No, but that's a great point. I didn't think of that. With Mandalorian, it was the first Star Wars live action TV show, and it's a whole new character in a whole new era of Star Wars.
It's so good. It's
that
so different.
It's just it is different. Everyone's like, what's going on? Like,
and Grogu, Baby Yoda, like that whole, it's interesting for the general audience because they get to come in and watch it and be like, oh wow, all these cool characters, this universe. But then it also kind of like has that little fan service for like the Star Wars viewer, like, oh my god, another Yoda, like it's that it raises like so many questions, and I think to this day I still don't understand that species. Iso's like explaining it to me, and like, how old is he supposed to be? Baby Yoda is like 50?
Technically he's in his 50s.
That's so crazy, because how old was like not real Yoda, but like Yoda?
So in the prequels, y'all not fact check me right now. Be careful.
We'll fact check it, and then we'll insert it if she's wrong. But
whatever. I believe in the. I'm like already like brainstorming with like the shows coming out in the future, but in the prequels, I think he's supposed to be in his like late 700s, early 800s.
Okay, Yoda.
Wait, yeah. Yeah.
Yoda
because
looked good for 700.
because in the originals he was reaching like in his 900s.
I love Yoda in the original movies. He is the cutest, and I love seeing the behind the scenes of like that he's a puppet, obviously, but the guy who's like controlling Yoda looks like he's having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I just love my favorite is when obviously when he's training with teaching Luke and he's like kicking his little feet and he laughs and I don't know that obviously Yoda in the prequels is more like badass Yoda, but Yoda in the original
it shows that
movies,
he lost his mind.
but he's so cute. I love him. I want like a little Yoda of my own. Yeah. Which Yoda's better, guys? I don't know.
I mean, shoot, they're just two extremes.
No, it's the same Yoda, different vibes.
No, but like it's extremes because it's like we only see Yoda towards his like decline in a way because he's aging, and then we see a species of him that's similar, but he's so young that dude is like, oh my god, we want to see more of him when he's at his prime, which we will soon.
Regardless, Yoda's that girl.
That girl, that's it. That's it.
I love Yoda.
But yeah, to simplify what the Star Wars franchise is, how could you? If you talk to someone, basically, okay, there is this thing called the Force, and it is within everyone, but some people can use it, which gives them some type of like power.
What's the Force?
It's a type of mystical.
But I don't get it.
All right, guys, listen.
You can't explain it. It's too much. No, I just think literally I would just explain it as like it's your classic hero story.
But it's like an aura.
It's your hero story that takes place in a new universe. Watch it. That's it. I wouldn't. If you start rambling, you're gonna give away more and more and more. Like it's fun to be a first time viewer and be oh, what is the Force, or and why do they do this, and how do you control it, and what's a Sith, and what's a Jedi? Like I would just be like, it's a classic hero story in this new universe. Watch it. That's it.
With the Force,
girl. With
the Force.
Okay, whatever. With the Force. May the Force be with you. May the 4th. That's actually a really good play on words.
I'm sorry, they ate with that one. Favorite movie out of the 9?
I kind of said it earlier, but Revenge of the Sith is probably my favorite. Probably for nostalgic reasons. I'm not going to really say it's because of, like, greatness. But I do think it's a great movie. I was literally watching a video the other day where they were talking about the CGI of, like, a Muppets movie made in 2005. And they're like, how is the CGI so bad when Revenge of the Sith was made the same year? And honestly, the CGI really does hold up. The storyline, obviously, it's like the climax of, the first 3 movies. Like, everything is coming to like a really big end. And obviously, I love Anakin. I love Obi-Wan. I don't know. The prequels, for me, I love a lot. So
it's so difficult. Because
just pick. Just pick.
For me, it's Attack of the Clones. I'm sorry.
There you go. See, you just said
because here's the thing. Let me explain.
You said it's difficult, but it wasn't.
But oh my god, I don't know if it's because I'm like I don't know if I know want why. Anakin.
No, I know why.
Why?
Because the romance is.
Oh god,
Anakin
yeah.
That's the only reason you.
That is just no, but only
the scene of them in the field.
Oh god, that is a beautiful scene. No. But I think it is the movie that's the turning point. That is literally the turning point of Anakin. Because his mom dies.
I mean, I think that's a turning point, but I don't think it's the turning point. I think it's a contributing factor, but I don't think it's really what makes him snap.
No, but
it shows the first darkness in him, and it shows
it's the turning point.
It's a turning point. Okay, you have your opinion, but I think it's a turning point. I don't think it's the turning point. I think that the turning point was always going to be, his visions and Padme trying to save, like that complex of trying to save her. Like I think his mom dying definitely like has awoke something in him, but I don't think it was the turning point. I don't think it is.
Really?
No,
really?
I don't think it. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it. Like I said, it starts something, but I don't think it.
Like it's the catalyst.
In a way,
because
it
starts
a catalyst, but it's not the catalyst. It's not what made him do what he ends up doing.
But it starts.
But it's not.
But am I wrong? But
you're not wrong. I'm just saying I'm not. You're not wrong. But to me, it's not the turning point. Not the. That's it. That's my opinion.
I think is the first. That is what starts him, and he's been convincing the Jedi Council. He's like, hey y'all. Not only that, he's been denied multiple times of training to become a master, and then in the Revenge of the Sith, it's like, are you freaking kidding me? After all these years, you still don't think I'm not eligible?
So that's the catalyst, not his mom dying.
But that's the start, because he's been envisioning that, and he talks to Yoda about that. He's like, "Hey, I'm having these visions of my mom dying," and Yoda's like,
"I'm a Yoda defender. Yoda a bad bitch. He don't care about that right now."
As Yoda he should. Like
he's thinking about other things. Okay.
Yeah, that's honest. He's like, oh my god. You know what? It's like he's
Yoda didn't like him in the first place.
No.
Well,
Mace.
Yeah.
Mace. Okay, but Yoda was always like, I'm gonna keep my distance.
Yoda's like that with everybody.
That's true.
You gotta grow on him.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, so yeah, for me, it's Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones
is great too. Yeah. Like I said, I have more connection with the prequels. Like,
yeah,
I love them more. I saw them. I rewatched them more when I was younger. It was because of my crush on Hayden. But still, like, I think those movies are great. They still like hold to now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the fandom have, issues with the prequels. I feel like a lot of people love them. I think it's the generational thing, though. It's like if you grew up with the original movies, you have an issue with the prequels. But if you grew up with the prequels, you have an issue with the sequels. Like, it doesn't uphold to what it is before.
I'm sorry. Before anything, which we will get into our niche discussions, but specifically with the sequels, even with fans that grew up like us, everything. The only reason why I think the prequels don't hold up as much as we want them to is the style of writing. How everything is spoken, it's very choppy. Like the specific style of dialogue in the prequels.
Really?
Yes, yeah. There's I don't know what that's called. It's like wood chop. I don't know. There's like a specific genre of like script writing that the reason why the prequels don't hold up as well is because George Lucas wrote it himself. He allegedly, I'm gonna insert confirmation, but basically he wrote them all himself. He did not hire writers. So that's why they're like everything, like the dialogue, it doesn't flow as well like the originals. Just a quick tangent. Do you think bonus or like extra deleted scenes in any franchise, in any movie or anything, do you consider that canon still?
I'm gonna be honest. Mm-hmm. I haven't really seen the deleted scenes.
No, I'm saying in general, like of any franchise, any movie. Like, do you consider? Let's say.
Okay. I do have For me, I'm gonna say yes, just because of the certain ones that I've seen. Like, there's certain deleted scenes, especially from older movies. They tend to like give us those deleted scenes that you can actually watch on like the disc that you buy. But like, there's certain deleted scenes. You could use Lord of the Rings, for example.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
They have extended versions,
yeah.
And there's the theatrical editions, and a lot of people say, okay, you can tell why they had to cut it down, this and that. But there's certain scenes from the extended editions that I think could have replaced scenes from the theatrical and still cut it down. But in the end, you can understand why they didn't make it, or this and that. A lot of them are for comedy too, like for comedic relief. But I have more experience with Lord of the Rings because I've watched the extended editions too many times and versus the theatrical. And I'm just going to say yes, that I do think it can still be part of the canon of the universe in a way.
Okay, and last question before we get into interesting conversations. Favorite character?
Yoda.
Yeah, I mean,
I love Yoda. How many times do I have to say?
Yes.
Who's yours?
For me, I have two, and I can't decide between two of them. It would be Ahsoka, because she's the first character I ever really connected to. Honestly, I think it's because I grew up with her, but secondly, it's how she's just developed. She's one of the most developed characters as of now that I could really... There's so much material for her and Obi-Wan. But even then, like Ahsoka, we see her when she's just become an apprentice to Anakin. Like,
I need to rewatch the Clone Wars because I haven't since I was little. So
yeah, but it's like we see her from the moment she becomes an apprentice to then really the moment she leaves the Jedi Order. Like we see the beginning and the end.
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. When I rewatched it during COVID, I was like, this happened.
I need to rewatch it. Yeah, because maybe I would connect with her more now than when I was younger. But I think that's really the only reason. She's just such a really well developed character, and the live action just adds to it. Like, it's really good. But secondly, honestly, I love R2D2. I'm sorry, he's he's the man. Like, I'm more of a C-3PO girl.
Really? C-3PO, honestly?
Because R2 is very like I don't know. I like how crazy and frenetic C-3PO gets.
Yeah.
Like, 3PO always be he's always like, no, let's not do it. But he's like, okay, let's go. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
like, oh, okay,
he just gets
follow.
like roped into what R2 does. Yeah.
Well, I think C-3PO is me, and I want to be R2-D2. Like,
and I'm C-3PO. Well, I don't know. I can have both sides. I love.
No, I'm definitely C-3PO. Like, I'm sorry. Alrighty, so if you were to introduce this series franchise, the movies only. I've always have to preface this because there's just so much content outside.
Movies as in 1 through 9.
I would say the Star Wars saga, not including Rogue One, not including just the Star Wars saga. How would you have 3 choices, 3 different ways to introduce it's okay, me too. The franchise to a new viewer, new audience. So the first one is the release order, how they were released in theaters. Second is chronological order. So basically, you were to put them in their, episode 1, 2, 3.
How they do.
Exactly, yes. Or one I would love to do, but I haven't met anyone to introduce the franchise with, to test this out, and it would be the machete order. So the machete order is try to keep a visual of the covers. We'll put examples here. So you start with the New Hope, then The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
The third is Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, then Return of the Jedi, then Force Awakens. Wait, where's Phantom Menace?
I'm already confused.
Where's Phantom Menace in this?
No, I don't like that already.
Okay, whatever.
Who made that?
I don't. It's online. Literally look it up. It exists. The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. So the sequels stay at the end, of course. But so basically, I don't know exactly why they chose to do this, but it's supposed to give you the twist as you're watching everything unfold. So
I don't like that.
But let me explain what I'm assuming what they're trying to do. So you start with the New Hope, the Empire, right? So we all know how those plots go. But I don't know why they would then introduce Attack of the... Oh, no. I think Phantom Menace. It's supposed to be Phantom Menace.
But then the first... for a first-time viewer, I would be so confused. I would be so lost. We haven't even finished this first storyline, and then we're jumping into a new storyline without knowing how the first one ended. I would be confused.
So basically, think of it like in the soap opera view, I guess, because in the New Hope, you're introduced to Luke, this character, and the Empire, you find out that Darth Vader is Luke's father, okay? But immediately it cuts to who Anakin is. I'm assuming Phantom Menace is supposed is after.
What the heck is it? And also what's after?
I don't know. So yeah, so then you're like, who the heck is this character? So then you go back to Phantom Menace.
Okay.
And you're introduced to who is this little boy? Like Anakin. Oh wait, Obi-Wan. Oh my god. It's like think about like a huge flashback. That's what it is.
Yeah, in the middle of the movie.
In the middle of the movie.
I guess I can see it.
And then you see
what's after Phantom then? Attack
of the Clones.
And then Revenge
of the Sith. Like, oh my god. Anakin is Darth Vader.
And then you go back
to Return of the Jedi to then empathize with Darth Vader and understand.
Okay, I kind of like that, actually. I take it all back. No. I like it in the sense that, it's like a big flashback.
It's a big flashback.
But, and also, don't they, I think in this version, Return of the Jedi, the little ghost CGI or whatever.
The Force Ghost?
The ghost at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Force Ghost.
Yeah, the last final scene or whatever. It is Hayden's Anakin, not the actor who.
Yeah, it's a
in a
revised
way, I
version.
feel like it's kind of nice because I guess if you did watch the first in release order, you did. Who the hell is that person?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who is that?
And then in a way, I guess in a way it kind of does. That fine man. I guess in a way it kind of does. What's it called? Spoil. You know, when you get introduced to Anakin.
Yeah.
In Attack, when you see who Hayden is, who he's representing, like, oh, I kind of like that. The machete order.
I just convinced myself that I like this.
I think you
and I'm brainstorming. I don't actually know what the meaning is, but I'm just assuming that's what it is. It's a huge flashback.
I really like that.
So then when you watch Return of the Jedi, you see, oh my god, that is Anakin.
I like that because it works for the first 6. I don't know after that, you're just watching it.
They just inserted the sequel.
Yeah, and after that, you just watch and release. But I do kind of like that.
It's interesting.
Now, if you were to put Rogue One in there, where the hell would she go? Before A New Hope?
It would have to be before New Hope.
It would be the very first movie that you watch.
Oh my god! Oh, that Rogue One as a starter of a franchise.
And then where would you put Solo?
Oh fuck!
After A New Hope,
Solo.
Yeah,
I don't like Solo.
I literally only watched Solo for Emilia Clarke.
But okay, not gonna lie, this is a great question because if you were okay, so we do Rogue One first, then A New Hope, then Empire. Solo, I would put after. Oh no! Wait, when? Because Darth Maul is introduced at the end of the movie.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't watched Solo since.
I'm sorry. It's
since like 2018. When did it come out? 2018.
I couldn't even tell you.
I haven't watched it in years, so I don't even remember Darth Maul being introduced.
He's at the end. He's at the very, very end, but he's older. So that's what I don't.
Wait, he's still alive?
Because
wait, is he still alive?
Yes.
See, I've been really disconnected. I didn't.
You're good.
I saw stuff about that online about like how he's still alive and people think they're gonna make a.
Like something with him.
Yeah,
and
we
still don't know.
That's so interesting.
It's been like.
How did he survive that fall?
Oh, that's in. Yeah, that's in one of the shows. Yeah, it's in Clone Wars.
I need to rewatch Clone Wars. I have not seen it since I was like 12 years old, and I never finished the last season.
Oh, girl,
I did not have Disney Plus, so I could not finish the last season.
Yeah,
is he alive? What the?
So
heck?
that's the thing. He's alive during the time Luke is alive. So once again, it's a flashback. If we were to do, I would say low key, I would do Solo first. No, I would do Solo first because where else would they fit
after Rogue One?
No.
Rogue One picks up right off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you would do Solo first.
Oh, what?
Then, so Solo, then Rogue One immediately picks up for A New Hope, then Empire, then you pick up in Phantom Menace, and then you see, oh my god, there's that red spiky head guy. Oh my god, his name is Maul.
That red spiky head.
Oh my god, and then here's the gag. You go through, everything, and then when you finish the whole trilogy, you're like, oh my god, wait, Maul is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's interesting. That's crazy that he's alive.
He's still alive, even so.
He's a good villain. Even though he literally does not speak.
Which is so weird.
But that's what makes it so captivating in the sense that he's a good villain. He doesn't speak, does he?
In the Phantom Menace, he does not speak at all.
Yeah, I mean, probably Clone Wars, he probably speaks.
And
he
has his own everything. Oh no, he actually we do have a death. I literally just retconned everything.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, right?
No, he dies in
Obi-Wan.
Yes, Obi-Wan kills him, which is like so heroic.
But it was in Obi-Wan, the show.
No. It's he dies in Rebels.
I don't like Rebels.
Okay, so technically, never mind. I literally retconned my own
But still,
theory.
in a way, it's like that. You're not watching Rebels in this, so you're just like, oh, he's alive until you watch Rebels. You know,
yeah.
You know.
Oh, but then Rebels takes place. I believe it's in between A New Hope and no. It's in between the Empire and Return. So yeah, we do have a death, but it's not shown on TV. Like, it's not shown in the movies. So even then, the viewer still doesn't know who this person is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It still wouldn't affect much unless they get deeper into it and they're like, okay, this is what happens.
Yeah.
It's still a good way to. I really do like that.
I like it.
Maybe I'll watch it like that next time I rewatch them and see if I fuck with it. I gotta find somebody who's never seen them to make them watch it. I'm trying to think. There's so many people I know who haven't seen them because they're scared of it. They're like scared to tackle such a big. Franchise.
Oh, so on the top of your head, do you have any hot takes about the franchise?
Okay, about the franchise in general, no, but I have hot takes about characters.
All right.
We literally had this debate with one of our friends who's also a big Star Wars fan, Dyra. Is Anakin Skywalker toxic?
Do we need to answer that?
No, but honestly, the girlies eat him up, but he's literally the antithesis of a man that everyone complains about, where he's toxic. I mean, he's obsessed with you and he loves you down, but he low-key kind of toxic on the way there.
No, he is. There's no, honestly, the only explanation is to be like, oh, but he did this out of love. No, No, he really didn't. Because low key, if I was Anakin and I had all these visions, yes, I would be going to Palpatine, but I would be like, okay, Palpatine, show me proof that this works.
Like his morals aren't really there, and also
Mm-mm.
I know he's like blinded by
Of
what's
course,
happening, but like
I would.
that's
I
smart.
was Anakin. I would be like, Mr. Palpatine,
Mr.
I need you to convince me that what you're saying about going to this dark side actually works. Because he's just yapping his life away in the opera house, saying like, "I know of a story." Okay, these are all stories, King. I need evidence.
Yeah.
I need evidence because if I need to tap into the dark side that I've been told to never do, you gotta prove to me that this shit works.
I don't know.
That would have been a gag. That would have been a gag because Anakin was manipulated, obviously, into thinking like, "Oh wait, you're right. I'm gonna do what you tell me to do because I believe you. I take your word for it." Be so for real. Be so for real.
I don't know. I just think he's toxic in other ways. I need Dyra here to like
To
give me her
yeah.
points. No, because she was so passionate about it, and I was like telling her, like, girl, no, like he literally. I don't know.
I think the reason why some people like it's in a way kind of romanticized. It's like, oh my god, the lengths that he's going to protect Padme.
Exactly, the toxicity is romanticized yet again. Like all of these men are romanticized, but we look away because
they're just hot. I mean, he's hot.
But like, guys, I mean, this is more of like a hot take that's like for the girls, like a gag. Like, is he toxic? You know, it's not really that deep. But
no, but
I don't have any like deep hot takes really because I'm not. Again, I'm pretty detached from it. Mm-hmm. I feel like the hot takes could come from like the series, maybe. Like, what are your? Do you have any hot takes in general?
I mean, honestly, the one thing that till this day kind of makes me sad is we find out that Finn from the sequels is a Force user. It is like it is confirmed through one of the Lego movies.
Oh my god, I love the Lego movie.
But that's over confirmed that he's a Force user through the Lego movies. And not even the
Star
movies.
Wars Lego movies.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Lego movie.
No, ma'am. No.
Oh, really? That's weird. Why is he confirmed through the Lego movies? They're just trying to make it more complicated for us at this point. Like,
no, they're trying to pull a Marvel and be like, oh, watch this, watch. But it's like, what you know how sad that is to know that not only that, like as a fan it makes me kind of disappointed, but as an actor to know that there's more to your character and you find out through some animation.
Maybe he knew. Maybe they told him, you know. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. That's how you find out. It's through animation. You're like, oh yeah, and your character is also a Force user. What?
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, because it's the only way you find out was through the movie.
Why am I seeing this thing about Rey? Is she getting a movie or something? Why is her last name Skywalker?
So, in the if you could kind of remember in the last movie, right, Rise of Skywalker, when she I don't even remember. All I remember is like she believes that she
I remember
she kisses
Ben. I remember Reylo kiss and yellow lightsaber.
Yeah, she kisses Ben, and that's when in her mind she was like, "I'm a Skywalker now."
I would kiss Adam Driver too.
But that's not Adam Driver. That's Ben Solo. That's Ben
Solo. If he was yelling at me, like,
wait, Ben Skywalker. Wait,
it's Ben Solo.
Ben Solo. Wait, why is she a Skywalker?
Yeah, I thought it was. They're not. He died. Like, what you mean?
Yeah. I hope he comes back. I don't care. Retcon death. Retcon everything. I need him to come back.
I know that a lot of people didn't like
how he died.
That whole thing.
Everything.
I love Adam Driver. He worked with what they gave him. Yeah. Okay. And same with Daisy. She worked with what they gave him.
Yeah. That's another hot take. How Reylo was written and executed. Shit.
I don't think it needed to be romantic.
No. I'm okay. I'm whatever. Do what you gotta do. If you want more, if you want a bigger audience, that's fine. But you cannot, because if you really think about it, in the prequels we have Senator who is not a Force user with a Jedi, right? With a Force user. Okay, there's that kind of trope. In the originals we have Leia is canon Force user, but she's not shown it that well. But Leia is now she's a female Force user. Once again, Solo, Han Solo doesn't have the Force. Unlike in the sequels, now it's like, oh my god, now both people have the Force. That's kind of cool, like Jedi babies. I don't know. But with that being said, I think the idea
of two Force users
being in love, like that's iconic.
But why why introduce the love to then take it away?
It's
in 3 seconds. The whole last movie could be it's an episode in itself because it's so hard to watch and to digest. I think that can also be said about the Last Jedi, the second movie. That one's a little easier, but that one still makes me mad. Why the hell is Luke disappear? I'm telling you, Mark Hamill and
he's tweeted about it.
What's his name? Harrison Ford. Literally just said, let me cash my check and literally like, bro. No, like, did the writers have that struggle that they only wanted to do this one movie or this 2 movies max, that they had to write it like that? But I doubt it. Like, no, Mark really loves the franchise.
It's been said in interviews, allegedly. I don't want to, speak for people, but that Harrison Ford did want to, he wanted to die. Like that.
Harrison Ford does not. I don't know what's wrong with him. Man likes to play Indiana Jones more, and I get it's iconic, but I don't care.
I prefer Han Solo. Sorry.
Me too.
But he wanted to step away from the franchise with whatever. I think in a way it was kind of earned his death because it showed wow, he's forcing himself to become dark, but he's not. He's trying to be his
that
grandfather.
Good is still deep in him. It's like a reverse on Anakin's storyline in a way. They just could have done it better.
Correct. Ben could have also had
Ben, like Anakin, could have had his own movies, but focusing on the Daisy
on
Rey as her story. I understand.
I think there's so much the idea, the concept, the theories that we had when Force Awakens was released. We're like, oh my god! But what makes me so unbelievably sad is you can do fan service, but do it right. Do it right.
Like, there's more power in the dynamic of the Force user. They struggle more. They do this more, so their partner doesn't understand them. See, girl,
yes. So and then when we're like, oh my god, imagine if 2 powerful people, like-minded people, and all across the board, with capabilities, with their intellect, with everything, with what they want to help their nation or whatever, the galaxy and stuff. Why does it not do good? Why can they not execute it well? I don't understand that.
I swear they just flipped him around for Rey's benefit. It was for the benefit of the other character. It wasn't for his own benefit.
Yeah. Or not only that.
Although that cool ass scene. I'm sorry, when she does with the lightsaber and he picks it up on the other side. That was cool.
No, but once again,
if there was one time I gasped, that was it.
Here's the thing. Once again, I am not saying that I do not want Reylo. I just think how it was executed made no sense, and this is a discussion that you can watch endless amount of YouTube videos about. We don't need to go too deep into it. It's just, it was something where I remember you telling me over COVID, you're like, oh yeah, they get together, and when I finished, that was before actually.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, is it because of the love hypothesis that it was in the works? It hadn't come out yet, but people were talking about it being in the works because of Reylo. That thing was discussion of the internet. Reylo.
Yeah.
Why is the fan service fanfic this and that? I'm like, a lot of you don't understand. A lot of movies, a lot of screenwriters really were fan fiction writers first.
Y'all wouldn't know.
That's why you can see fan fiction elements in certain movies, like the niche. I literally just watched for my class the other day. We watched Deja Vu with Denzel Washington, and it's like this weird AI type of movie. But anyways, he's like a detective, and he goes back in time to save this girl who died, but he literally only goes back in time to save her because he's down bad for her and never met her before. But that literally derives from a fanfic. You can tell somebody wrote that from a very specific type of fan fiction. So it's same with Reylo. Maybe it was fan service, but people can't deny that that type of romantic writing stems from fan fiction in a way.
It is, and I'm at some point, within the endless amount of trilogies, because the Star Wars universe is ever expanding by the year as it continues. But I think, honestly, with every single franchise, at some point in our lifetime, I hope they are able to put 2 powerful people together and actually make it work. I genuinely think at some point it's going to happen. I'm even thinking, maybe in Marvel, I don't see, I don't know too much about the Marvel universe to really like give it a comparison.
I
But just
love the origins of Marvel. Oh my god,
oh
it's such a web.
gosh,
Okay, wait. I text when we were doing the order you should watch it in,
yeah,
and we were talking about our friend Issa and her boyfriend showed
yeah.
her them. I texted her to see what like how Noah showed it to her. She said release date.
I think at the end of the day, once again, I will constantly repeat this. The idea, okay, let's brainstorm this. Let's workshop it. How it was executed, the whole sequel, everything, the what ifs, the what ifs, the what ifs. It'll be endless forever, ever, and ever because we as fans know the potential of a franchise. We know what we want, but are also intrigued to learn more about. And just the writers, even in the shows, I don't want to go too deep into it. Of these shows, it's like they, in a way, they go against the grain. It's like, fans, just kidding. We are not giving you what you want.
Yeah, it's either too
It's
much
like
fan service or they do the complete opposite and piss them off.
Yeah, but that's basically
it's again. I can't speak. I'm not a screenwriter. I don't know the struggles of having to hear all the critiques online.
Yeah,
and
it's hard.
Not want to give them what they want, but like also not give up on your craft, like what you originally wanted. That's why I love the Stranger Things writers.
Oh my god!
I think in certain areas now that we're getting towards the end, you can kind of see slights of fan service, but they really like stayed true to what they set out to do with this story.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for season 5, and
oh gosh,
seeing that
they're in production right now for it. So hopefully 2025,
forever.
2025 we'll get it soon. But all right, so for our last segment, just to I guess a bit more uplifting and just I guess let our creativity flow when it comes to fans and stuff and like film students. So current news, there are 2 movies currently in production that I've read online. The first one being Mandalorian, and it's called the Mandalorian movie. We don't have an official title yet, but the Mandalorian movie and a sequel movie, which is like weird to say like sequel, but yes, it is a sequel movie.
Like following
Rey Skywalker.
I have a hot take.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Take. I do find it interesting that Daisy is picking it up again. She's like, all right. And get her check. I don't care. You do what you gotta do.
I have something to say.
Speak.
No, let's move. Let's move away from all characters ever been introduced. Let's move away from anyone we've ever seen. I want like fresh new characters not tied to anyone in the original. Give me a new story, give me a new everything. That would be creative. You'll still have that audience of like the people who love the world for what the world is, but with new people, new everything. No one tied into anything from what it is. Different, maybe from a different time, maybe from something else. I don't know. I just want something like fresh. Because if we continue with Rey, it's gonna still intertwine with everything in the past, back. Like, I don't know. I already see like probably Hayden or Ewan coming back, something. Like, why are they making that?
So as of now, we don't have absolutely any information. All we know is that she's coming back as Rey Skywalker, and the movie is going to continue specifically her character. So obviously the fans have been in an uproar with it, but as a fan of Star Wars, like I'm, as much as I love the TV shows, you can't beat the movies and the movie experience when it comes to being a Star Wars fan. So am I going to watch it? Of course I'm going to go watch it. But if, let's say, you as a screenwriter, you were pitched like, all right, we're writing a sequel movie with Rey Skywalker, what would you do with it? Just like, let your creativity roam free. No limitations.
Well, if it's going to pick up after where the last movie ended off, the only thing I can really see them doing is like her finding. I don't know. I don't even remember the sequels that well. Did she ever find out where she comes from and like her origins? Right? Yeah, like her.
No,
her parents?
it's like it's so like
the best thing
not really told. It's just like assumed.
Palpatine being her grandfather.
That's it. We don't even know her actual parents.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
That is so annoying. The fuck? He just spawned. Palpatine spawned.
Yeah.
Anyways, probably if they're gonna keep with Rey, either I probably would want to see like a new adventure, like where she's gonna go now with this, this ability and control over the Force she has. Still trying to learn it to control it as well, and then maybe introduce a new villain in a way.
I mean,
Palpatine died, right?
yes,
Again?
yeah, no,
Well,
he dead for real.
He resurrected and then died, and then resurrected.
He dead for real. He's gone. He's gone.
They say that.
No, no, for real. He's gone.
And he's gonna come back at me in the screen with his ugly ass fingernails.
Yeah, no, he's
gone. Probably like introduce a new villain, a new story, a new. I don't know. I don't know what type of story specifically. Do you have one in mind?
I mean, the first thing, like, if I was to like continue off of yours, I would be like, in a way, it would be cool to have like an Indiana Jones type of thing where she is still trying to find who she really is with the pressure of, wow, like I do take on the name of a Skywalker. Like, I know this is like a heavy, not burden, but it's just like, oh, I have a lot of baggage to carry with that name because of, with Anakin, and then with Anakin and Luke having such pivotal impacts, and Leia, correct, and Leia having these huge impacts on the galaxy, right? It's like, okay, what can I provide now to this galaxy, to this new order? I could see it in a way playing the role of what we wanted Luke to do. Like, she goes out and searches Force users, and she starts.
That would be cool too.
I think it would be very much like a missionary.
You know,
type.
like kind of like rebuilding the falling of.
But like also, it's gonna be a weird movie. In my mind, it's not how I wanted to execute, but I could see her like not only educating herself as a character, like, okay, what the hell really is the Force, and us learning the origins of it. And that's when they could do a spin-off movie that takes place 1,000,000 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it introduces like artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
But I know all of y'all will be like, oh, but then there's what is that called? It's the video games. It's Jedi Order. We technically get a little bit of what the Jedi are and like the beginnings of them.
It doesn't mean they can't take from that.
No, it's canon. Like, it's the video games. It's So I think I could see Rey doing that, maybe doing like a self-discovery, but then also once again just really learning more about the Force, and even showing us a power that y'all are gonna hate it, but maybe she is like the next prophecy. And that's also a thing that I'm starting to rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and what's so interesting about it, only within season 1, they are like, oh, there have been thousands of avatars before the one that we watch, which is Aang. And it's like, what if there have been people like Anakin, and maybe Rey's like the next person to fulfill this prophecy to bring balance to the Force? Y'all are gonna hate it. Y'all are gonna hate that hot take. The one that brings balance to the Force. That's the prophecy. He's the chosen one.
Wasn't he already fulfilled 1,000,000 times with other people?
No.
So it's never been fulfilled?
No, it's a prophecy. It doesn't. That's kind of like with like religion.
But like a prophecy, to be fulfilled.
So like they're hoping Anakin is the one that brings balance to the Force.
But in a way, people say he does.
Correct.
He does, because there was too much good to like the counteractive of him, shifting the balance back to the other side. Mm-hmm. It's like a pendulum.
Yeah, correct. So like,
I mean, in a way, I think it's already been fulfilled probably multiple times, but then this way, it's like a cycle. She's going back. She's gonna start, if she does go find new Force users and like brings them back and rebuilds that, then there's gonna be someone new who comes and de-escalates it again. So it's like a cycle. I don't know.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
I think it's
what they do best. Honestly, they.
I think it shows like with really anything, like it holds into that mystical aspect, that fantastical aspect, that will this prophecy ever be fulfilled, or is there another chosen one? Or have there been multiple chosen ones? I think that'll be fun to learn. Like, let Rey's character be the adventure. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to just have fun with it.
Interesting that they're giving her
another movie, and we don't know the contract.
And not a spin-off show.
Yeah. So with the Mandalorian, that's the other movie. We don't know much about it. All we know is we are speculating it's going to be like an Infinity War or an Endgame equivalent.
What?
Yeah.
How?
So
I didn't watch the last season, so don't.
No. Not only that, it's gonna be confusing because everyone's assuming it's gonna be characters from Rebels like Ezra, and it's gonna be character Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan,
Oh, so
Mando.
everything they've been building. Okay, I see.
All the shows that they've been building up, all these.
Who's the main villain?
It's oh gosh, it is blue guy. Wow,
Blue guy.
Thrawn. Thank you. That's his name. Thrawn. Thrawn is the big bad guy.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like the movie will introduce you to this new villain.
Oh, okay.
Because he's only introduced in the shows in Rebels. That's when he's first introduced ever. He's like the next big bad guy.
I don't know. Don't know anything about him.
A lot of people don't know. So that's gonna be fun to see. Like, okay, there's this new character. If you want to learn more about him, go watch the show.
No, but yeah, I mean they'd have to introduce a new villain.
Yeah, so it's him.
Wonder if it'll intertwine with what Rey is doing.
That's the thing. We don't know when this takes place. We don't know when this movie is taking place. How many years? Oh wait,
yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, Mandalorian takes place like way before, but it would be interesting to see if it jumps forward.
Because technically,
Boba Fett and all those take later.
They could recast a Han Solo. Well, they have. They could show Han Solo. They could recast Princess Leia. Like, there's so many iconic characters that they can introduce in this movie, but then
the uproar people would have though if they recasted them and younger selves, like the uproar.
I think it's gonna be
that's where this franchise sometimes, most franchises, comes to a stunt because
the recast.
You can't you can recast, but it's going to piss off fans.
I'm sorry. When you saw Mandalorian, remember when they did the CGI on Luke when they de-aged him? Okay, I personally, it could be because the technology is just not there yet, which it will be in the next 5 to 10 years. But I personally, I prefer a recast over a de-aging.
No, me too. But I'm saying it's gonna piss people off.
I don't think it. Once again, I don't think it will. If not only we have the approval of Carrie Fisher's daughter, like yes, like I worked on building this new Princess Leia, like I worked alongside her. I really helped her captivate the Princess Leia energy. Like I helped her really develop the character that my mom portrayed. Like if she has a huge say, like if she's a producer of the movie, you know what I mean? Like I would be okay with it as a fan because I'm like, I trust you. Like I trust you are helping guide the way.
You're a more open-minded fan. You have to think of it from their perspective as well. Like, is this a smart move?
Think of it like this. Sorry, y'all are gonna hate me. With Taylor singing her old song, specifically with debut and stuff, how are people gonna feel?
But it's not the same. You know what I mean? You're not connected to Taylor's not a character.
No, but the song still.
But she's not. But there's nothing physical. There's something about the physical of it. The physical aspect of looking at your character and seeing that character, and like that is your Princess Leia. That is your Han Solo. Like I don't know. That's like how I would feel if they recasted. Like I'm trying to think of a show. Imagine they tried to redo Glee.
Oh!
Don't ever recast Rachel Berry. Don't ever try to recast anybody because it doesn't work. Like for me, it does not.
I feel like that's Glee's a whole different.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have to think of it as how they feel with their movies. Like I'm a fan, but I'm not like deeply like into it like that. Like,
do you see Austin Butler as Darth Maul?
Yeah. After watching him in Dune, after seeing him in Dune 2, I can. For me, a character like Darth Maul or someone like that, they could recast because there's not much attachment. I'm talking about the big three. There's a lot of attachment there, and it's hard for fans to detach.
You know, we have a new show coming out in July, which is called The Acolyte. That's very cool because
that's the one you showed me of like it looks like it could be about a villain.
Yes, it's gonna be very villain. Like this poster has like blood. Like it's honestly, I'm hoping it's rated PG-13 just because I hope it's a little gory, just a little bit. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! No, but yeah, I just wish they were. I'm excited with this new show. It takes place 150 years before Phantom Menace.
Like I said, something detached.
It's new. It's really new.
Cool.
So
you were saying that you think it's like the person who trained Palpatine, like it's a Sith.
We are speculating that.
I mean, like you think that
his name is called Darth Plagueis. That is the master of Darth Sidious, aka Palpatine. This is perfect in my eyes. You're beautiful in my eyes. You will never convince me otherwise. But with that being said. We yapped long enough.
We yap too much.
God damn it.
We try every time to not yap so much, bro, but like
it's hard, y'all. Y'all, we cut at least 30 to 40 minutes of footage out of the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like we're keeping it short for y'all.
Trimming.
We're keeping it short for y'all, but with that being said,
oof, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed our little Star Wars rant, a little bit of reflection, a bit of discussion. This is more like a thought-provoking episode, I would say. We haven't seen the movies extremely recently, so it's more like from memory, but it shows like how passionate we still are, and we are excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, and if you are passionate, tell us your hot takes,
please. Oh my gosh, I'm always looking up hot takes from Star Wars fans, because it's very curious, because not only with the hot takes, it provides within their own fan theory. It's like, oh wait, that's a good perspective, I never thought of it that way.
Exactly.
So
if you have any hot takes,
definitely let us know. And yeah, today is the end.
No, we're gonna probably go on a little break after this, because this one over here is gonna be leaving the country for 20 years.
Yeah,
I'm going on a little trip, trippy trip. But we're planning on coming back sometime towards the end of May. And
yes,
we're going to be talking about Bridgerton most likely.
100%.
Because part 1 will be released by then, and we can both watch it, binge it, analyze, and then we can come back with our thoughts and predictions for part 2.
Yeah.
So that's the plan as of now, to do Bridgerton, but that will probably be end of May.
End of May, but as of now, y'all have 3 episodes to catch up on in the meantime, as well as follow our TikTok and Instagram. It is the same user, Phantom Roamer Cafe, where you can see some clips, some highlights, and just keep up with some extra content, some bonus director's cut.
Like the Challengers review that we were talking about, we only posted that on TikTok. Yeah. So if you did want to see that on TikTok, now, I saw a thing where TikTok does 30-minute videos now. If I scroll through that thing and see anything longer than like even 10 minutes is a lot. Like, I understand why people would not want to be watching the whole thing, but it's a lot. Like,
yeah. Oof. Please make sure to subscribe to keep up with it whenever we post these episodes, because as of now, if they're going to stop being consistent, I apologize on my end.
After that, they'll be consistent. It'll be summertime. We'll have more free time.
And then...
well, she's going to be gone for actually.
And then June, we're going to have a little break, too. But I'm sorry, yeah. But it's okay. Well, in July, we're going to be bumping it every single...
No, not
anyway.
every single. But yeah, probably 1 episode for May, 1 episode for June, and then July we'll go back to some sort of consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
sure. That's all. That's all we have for today.
That's all we have. And have a fun May the 4th.
Correct.
With all your Star Wars gal pals.
Girly pops, yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys.
May the 4th be with you.
Until next time.
Who are you saluting to? The troops?
You know what I just realized? Stormtroopers don't salute.
Yeah, because what the fuck?
I just realized. Well, because it's like
they're very American. That's why.
That is no, but like no. Oh,
they do. So no, they don't salute. They just.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
May the 4th be with you. We're not saluting. So.
Bye.